Greetings, fellow bridge lovers, and welcome to It's Your Call. I'm your host, Kai, and today I am joined by Quan. Hey, Quan, what's going on?
It's good.
Well, welcome to It's Your Call. Today, Quan is a junior for Canada. You can qualify for both U21 and U26, and he has historically been on the team representing Canada, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing that I hope to be able to do in the future for the United States. Those big international competitions. What's it like going on that stage for your country?
I'd say it's a lot of fun. Always love playing those big youth tournaments because I get to meet so many friends that also know from other countries, and it's just lots of fun being able to represent your country, playing for high stakes, and it's always fun to play in big bridge competitions.
Right.
And playing a youth competition just makes it more fun because, well, I know all of these people and they're the same age as me.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. Speaking of big bridge tournaments, I had the pleasure of playing on a team with Quan at the Toronto Nationals. We entered in the spin gold, and we got paired up against, because of our low seeding points, we got paired up against Team Wolfson, which was Jeff Mextroff, David Berkowitz, Zia, David Gold, Steve Garner, and Jeff Wolfson. And, well, you got a pretty good accolade. You were told that you were the most fun pair to play against by Zia.
Oh no, David Gold.
Oh, David Gold said that. I'm
Yes.
like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
congratulations. I'm not going to tell how that went because that's a story for another video, but that was a huge thing. And on top of that, I know Quan because he is very much connected to my partner, Isaac. He is one of the originators of the Strong Diamond system.
Yes.
I've been working with him on that a lot, and I've been working a little bit. I feel like I'm just a little munchkin that he tries things out on, and you are like more understanding of the theory. One thing that you did is like you got enamored by bridge bidding, and you like stopped for a moment and you just studied bridge bidding books. Is that correct?
I wouldn't say that's inaccurate. I'd say took on different things
Uh huh.
during COVID. And high schooler, I didn't particularly felt whelmed by the academic pressure. So I mostly did nothing but to study bridge bidding because, well, I thought it's interesting. And for me, I don't know why, I've always been attracted by this more bidding, more theoretical side
Mm-hmm.
of bridge. With not much better to do during COVID, I kind of, well, yes, I scoured the internet for everything I could find about bridge bidding. I've been working on Strong Diamond for a bit over a year now, and no, it's been super fun getting to work with him on the system.
Let's see if you have any fun creations in terms of this kind of bridge bidding. You should be an expert in this field because we are going to do It's Your Call. Are you ready?
As ready as ever.
All right, let's do it. All right, so this is your hand. It is a strong 5440 distribution, which actually, from in my opinion, is one of the most annoying distributions to bid. So you're going to be in for a treat today. Playing imps, and no one is vulnerable, and West is the dealer. And West starts out with everyone's favorite convention, multi two diamonds. So for those of you who don't know what multi two diamonds is, this is a week two preempt in either hearts or spades. And some people even sometimes add on like 18 and 19 balanced structures and all sorts of other things to this bid. And so basically it has multiple things, but the way that it was alerted to us was either a two hearts or two spades preempt. Comes around is partner bids two hearts, and then it goes pass to you. Before we start talking about what we would do on this hand, how do you normally defend against multi two diamonds?
Yeah, that's a super important question to ask. At least in the ACBL,
Hmm.
when you're playing against the multi-two diamonds, the opponents are required to give you a defense. Typically, those are picked with option one or option two. And don't know option one on the top of my head, but basically two hearts is some kind of takeout bid, and double is some kind of takeout bid.
Yeah.
That's one method of playing against the multi-two diamonds, where you have two takeout bids, one for taking out of hearts, one for taking out of spades. And then another option, which I assume we're playing here, is
Yes.
option 2,
Mm-hmm.
where you double with like any kind of hand with 13 to 15 balanced hand, and then like any kind of awkward hand that you can't fit otherwise. And everything else is natural.
And if you want to do a takeout of hearts or spades, what you do is you wait until, like, if you wanted to do a takeout double, you wait until they decide what suit it is.
Mm-hmm.
So if they pass at this point, now you can double doing a takeout of hearts or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you probably has a very pure takeout shape in that scenario, something like 4-1-4-4, because with any balanced hand, you really should be aiming to hit that double.
Yeah.
Well, there's quite a couple problems that can arise in multi, especially since the opponents can potentially pass the multi-two diamonds when they have a weak hand.
Right. They've got to have a diamond suit, of course, to do that, but it isn't all that common, so it's not a huge problem to the defenses, but it certainly is a possibility for them, and it can work out if you were planning on doing a takeout double of some sort. Now we get back to the question at hand. It goes pass, and it is your call. First off, what are your thoughts? Like, you want to just say ew for a moment, you totally can do that, because that's what I was doing. I got this hand, I saw the multi-two diamonds, and then partner bid 2 hearts, and I'm like, yes, of course. Are your thoughts here? What is the potential contract that you're looking for, and how are you planning on getting there?
Yeah, that's definitely more of a disgusting position here. So obviously your partner has now announced that they have 5 hearts, and then they have at least 5 hearts, and then West. So you at this point, it's very unclear to you whether or not West has the 6 hearts or 6 spades.
Right.
You can't bid spades naturally in this position, at least not via 2 spades.
Right.
So this is obviously, yeah, I agree with you when I say this is quite a disgusting position. What I do know is that I'm looking at a very strong hand. I'm looking at 15 high card points. I want to be in game no matter what happens here. Like, under the case of a misfit, I'd probably try to find 3-no or something. So this kind of scenario is, I'd think about all my bids, right?
Yeah.
And think about maybe 2-no trump, maybe 3-no trump. Here, if I bid 3 diamonds, it should likely be forcing.
Yeah.
That's probably the bid I'm leaning most forward to. Because in these scenarios, right, you're pretty clear. Okay, we obviously want to go to game. So if we're thinking about game, what's our game contract, right? And in cases where we have potentially slam, we want to be thinking about where's our slam. I'd say in this scenario, if I bid 3 diamonds, forcing my partner to bid another round, I can always place 3-no trump next round. Right. If my partner rebids 3 spades somehow, I'd know, okay, spades is the right call. And if my partner raises, I'd be trying to explore slams in diamonds potentially.
Okay. I like 3 diamonds as well. Just looking forward, trying to get some more information from partner. The only problem that comes up with this particular scenario is that if partner's second suit happens to be clubs, then you bypass 3-no trump. You aren't all that concerned about that because if partner bids 4 clubs, you also have a club fit, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Remember when I said if my partner raises my 3 diamonds or 4 diamonds, I'd be thinking about how can I potentially explore slam here. Well, this is the exact same spot here where I'm like, okay, I know we have a club fit. How can we potentially explore clubs as a string to potentially play slam in?
Yeah. How would you continue here?
Now, I suppose a lot of methods questions do arise here.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. You and your partner haven't agreed on any suit to play yet. And assuming we are playing Leaping Michaels over this multi-two diamonds, so
well, how does
if
that
they
look?
were, well, so for those of you familiar with my Leaping Michaels, over your opponent's 2 major preempt, your partner can leap to 4 minor, showing 5 card minor and 5 cards in the other major.
Right.
Over a multi-two diamonds, the same thing would apply, except it would be either major that they're showing.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. Assuming that, and my partner is unlikely to bid 4 clubs here with 5-4 and minimum, I'd say. So my partner has definitely gone something. Now, if I think about my partner, it's like, okay, likely 5-5 and just weak enough where they don't want to bid Leaping Michaels,
Mm-hmm.
or they are 5-4 and has a fairly nice hand, something like nowhere close to a minimum overcall, I'd say.
Right.
So in this position, you obviously want to think about slam.
Yeah.
You probably have to go to 6 clubs here
Mm-hmm.
because you here it's really hard to ace ask. Another question here is should you bid 4-no ace asking, and you're just not getting a very accurate picture with that. You
Right.
don't know whether or not your partner has the ace of hearts, and that's obviously not helpful to you. This is definitely a tricky position, but like a partner bids 4 clubs, you have to go to slam somehow.
Mm-hmm.
If 6 clubs ends up going down, it's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
hard. Bidding over preempts are obviously difficult.
Yeah. So you're just saying YOLO 6 clubs and
If I YOLO 6 clubs, I give up some potential
okay.
weaknesses. The other thing I was thinking about is maybe I should bid some kind of cubid. If I bid 4
Mm-hmm.
diamonds here, obviously that looks closer to I have 6
6
diamonds and I have
diamonds.
really strong diamonds. I want to blast diamonds.
Right.
Here, 4 spades, I think looks pretty cookie cutter to me, saying, that we're agreeing to a club fit and I want to look for slam.
Okay. Makes sense. And the reason why it wouldn't be agreeing to a heart fit is because you could have raised hearts. You could have bid 4 hearts.
With a heart fit, I can bid 2 spades. So that's a part of ACBL option 2.
Okay.
That basically queuing the other major shows support, right? It's
Yeah.
the same thing as had the auction went 2 spades, 3 heart overcall by your partner, pass on your right, and then you bid 3 spades cupid.
Right.
So this is kind of ghost cupid, assuming you guys have a heart fit.
Right. So you guys have a heart fit, and very likely that means that the opponents have the other major. Therefore, you can
Yeah.
cupid, ghost cupid the other
Yeah.
major. I love that
Yes.
term. So we certainly don't have a heart fit. That's been denied at this point. And 4 spades would just be a cue in support of clubs, because why the heck would you be introducing the 4th suit naturally? That makes no sense here. So line with this idea, and once you bid 4 spades, as long as partner's on the same page as you, like we're just starting on the Q train, I would expect that they would probably just bid like 5 hearts at this point.
Well, that's kind of bad news for you because now you know partner for sure has wasted values in hearts because
Yep.
that's 5 hearts basically just shows ace of hearts. And then at this point, it's like I can't exactly find out whether or not my partner has ace of spades. I can't do anything. I'm just going to bid 6 clubs. And if my partner has extras, they can go to 7 if they want.
Right, and I'm bidding 5 hearts instead of just stopping in 5 clubs. They have to have something more,
Yeah.
right, than just the ace of hearts. If they had just the ace of hearts and like clubs that were just like a minimum-ish overcall, then, well, it's not going to be a minimum-ish overcall because of the 4 clubs, but everything's pointing to the fact that partner does have some good values for you here. So then we bid 6 clubs, and partner's hand is singleton spade, ace king 5th of hearts, queen doubleton diamond, and ace jack 5th of clubs.
I'm definitely very happy to be in 6 clubs.
Yeah, it's a great contract. Lots of people made it to 6 clubs on this hand. I was not one of them because I'm a doofus. One question I wanted to ask you, because you mentioned Leaping Michaels. Is this a hand that you would have bid Leaping Michaels with?
I'd say it seems unlikely. It's on the cusp, right?
Right, it's very close, but not really
Yeah,
there.
one thing I'd look at for this hand is I do a losing trick count.
Mm-hmm.
So losing trick count would say you have a loser in spade, a loser in hearts, 2 loser in diamonds, and 2 loser in clubs. So that's 6 losers, and like it's right on the cusp there with 6 losers. I prefer more like loser and a half. I'm bidding Leaping Michaels, like because I'm forcing my partner
Yeah,
to the
we
4
have to go
level,
to the
right?
game
Well, we're forcing it to
regardless.
game.
Yeah.
As much as I love Leaping Michaels with a lot of hands, there I'd be hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably leaning more over a 2 hearts overcall
Yeah.
as opposed to a Leaping Michaels.
Right. However, the benefit of Leaping Michaels is that you kind of get your hand off immediately. Almost.
Yeah.
Know that you have 5 of major, they don't know which one it is, and they always have the ability to ask, and the asking bid here would be like diamonds. The auction would go something like 4 clubs, right? And then we would ask, what is your 5 card suit, your 5 card major, and we're hoping it's spades, but when you say 4 hearts, now we're actually in a position where we know that the club fit is there, but how are we able to I guess we don't really care about the major as much. We could just go to clubs immediately after the 4 clubs bid. This actually really makes our job a lot more difficult when we ask for the major. So maybe
Hmm.
after this, we would just bid 4 spades, which I presume would, well, actually no, because partner, this could be natural. How would we handle it over the 4 clubs bid?
This is a position with a lot of ambiguity.
Yeah,
And this is also why, like, a Leaping Michaels is also a fairly tight range as well.
yeah,
Your partnership can't really do anything. One thing I'd consider here is probably just directly bidding for no, because for the exact same reasons I just listed, you're going to 6 clubs here at least. I'd say you don't really, and realistically speaking, all you want to do is you want to make sure you just deduct Ace of Hearts from your partner's hand when I bid for no here,
mm-hmm,
so that if they show up with 3 key cards, I'd be considering
okay,
7 clubs.
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild hand here. The auction at my table, it went 2 hearts, and it went pass, and then the very first option you mentioned, I just bid 3 no trump. I was just like, me, like, I've had a moment, or like anytime that multi-2 diamonds gets bid against me, my heart kind of sinks, because I'm like, I don't even know if I remember our methods. I'm just lost here. I just want to make it to a game, and I'm like, how could we possibly have slam? We have loads of heart wastage here. So I just was like, 3 no, they've got stoppers and hearts, I can cover the spades. I don't know what their 6-card suit is. Problem with this is, like, one spade stopper might not be enough for us even to make 3 no trump. My 3 no trump was flawed in many ways. I definitely should have bid 3 diamonds, and we would have had the same sequence as we had before, which is 3 diamonds, 4 clubs, 4 spades, and then 5 hearts, and then 6 clubs. 6 clubs is just cold. You can't really do much to it. The diamonds split 3-3, so it's nice and easy, and yeah. Well done. You made it to 6 clubs, whereas I'm just a fool who did not. Thank you for explaining multi-2 diamonds and most of the methods over multi-2 diamonds, because this is a whole world where people see multi-2 diamonds and then get intimidated by it, like I do. You don't have to be. That's the thing. I'm trying to work on my nerves with multi-2 diamonds, and anyone else should not be worried about it. It's just a method, and it has its own flaws, of course, and as long as you know how to handle it, you're going to be great. So listen to those defenses, agree on one with your partner, and if it comes up against you, you slaughter them. That's what happens. Thank you, Quan, for your time, and thank you for all of your insights. I also wanted to ask the audience, what would you do in this scenario? Would you do anything different with the North hand? Would you bid Leaping Michaels if that was what you agreed upon here? What would you have done with option 1 if you bid option 1 with your partner in terms of multi-2 diamonds defenses? Because 2 hearts would be take out of hearts as opposed to a natural heart suit. How do you handle that situation? And of course, what would you do with my hand? You have a plethora, a staircase of difficult decisions on this hand. How would you handle them? So yeah, let us know all of your thoughts down in the comments. And while you're down there, hey, can you do us a favor and subscribe to the ACBL YouTube channel, as well as like this video? Any sort of interaction helps get Bridge spread out to the interwebverse, whatever you want to call it. I think that's it for It's Your Call, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see y'all next week. Bye!